Welcome to Hiroshima. We are back on the boat. We just got to the boat actually, so we spent 2 days traveling to get down here, which is probably why if I look like a zombie, that's why. We don't have any power, or we have shore power, but we don't have batteries. So that's kind of like the first thing we're trying to do is we just plugged in some heaters because it's really cold. Plugged in some heaters, and we've got to figure out how we're going to get the batteries on the boat because the batteries weigh 154 pounds each. And yeah, it's a little bit tricky with Steve and I right now both being a little bit out of sorts. We're trying to find out how we can get these batteries on the boat. We're back at it right from the get-go.
I have this file these, it should fit in.
Okay, we're gonna lift her up.
Yeah.
Can you lay them down or no?
No. I mean, the other one has a wider wheel base.
Yeah, we need the wider one.
Yeah, we'll just take this over there. And then, that's... Okay.
See, I think that's... No way.
Let's see, hold on.
If we can't lay them flat, we should get straps. Okay, way better. Way better cart. This one's... I don't think you could have grabbed a worse cart. So we're gonna get every one of them here. We've already tried to. Whoa. Careful. We're trying to hire two guys to help us, but just trying to even translate that. We're using Google Translate, but still it's difficult to try to communicate. They sort of don't really know what we're asking for, and then yeah. It's just a little bit different here. Like at home, if you ask someone for help and you're like, hey, I'll give you 50 bucks, will you do this? People will be like, yeah, sure. Here, it's not quite the same. They are very hesitant to do what they're not supposed to do, or like not what their job is, I guess. So we'll try. A bit of a walk. I mean, our boat is way down at the end there, so we've got to come all the way up here and then go all the way to that building over there to get each battery.
Can you get the cardboard down now?
Oh, hang on.
There. Okay.
Good thing. Here, hold this for a sec. I had to get my... Too good. Brr. It's sunny, but it's cold. I think I should just explain this a little bit. This is the third set of batteries to go in the boat, and I don't know the nitty-gritty details, and I don't know how to explain it all that well, but the basic gist of it is that the electrician that did the boat put in some wire. There was this one wire that was kind of doing nothing, and Steve didn't understand why they had hooked this one wire up, and it was actually causing a whole bunch of different problems, and it fried the batteries both times. So once Steve diagnosed that this wire was the problem and he took this one wire out, things are okay with the batteries now, and a couple of other things are lining into place as well that were kind of not working right.
There's that hit your toe.
Last one. No, but I meant to get you, the video of you lifting it and getting it in.
You lose.
You couldn't stop and redo it, could you?
Yeah. Yeah. Might at the hardware store find something to get all that off.
The barnacles?
Scraper, yeah. Algae.
All the batteries are at the boat. We just are trying to figure out how we're going to get them up here. We're just taking a little break. We're feeding a tad. Yeah, I think Steve is gonna go back and offer. There's a couple young guys at the fuel dock. He's gonna offer them some money.
It's possible to use the lights without hooking the batteries up, I guess.
Because we're plugged into shore power, the lights are 12 volt, and Steve's just trying to figure out if we're gonna be able to. Oh, look at all the birds. If we're going to be able to have lights or not. We've got the heaters plugged in to try to, it's getting a little bit warmer in here. It's been pretty freaking cold in here. Yeah, Steve wants to try to just get the batteries in and hooked up today.
Okay. Change. Okay, all right. Two. There you go. Push.
Yes.
No, yes. You take it. You take it. Take it.
Must take it.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good.
Do you want me to help you with this part?
No, it's easy. Oh yeah, just lift up and put it on here. Okay. There. Okay.
I mean, I can grab this end.
Should see what this is all about.
So, unfortunately, these new batteries, what do you call it? The terminals.
Yeah, they're just
They're
different.
the old ones were on the top, and these are set up to be hooked up on the top, not the side. Trying to figure this out. And we're gonna go to the hardware store and or like a automotive store, and try and find a couple, well, as many as we need. Little brackets to modify
This here,
the
look.
angle. Are we gonna go do that now?
Yeah, we'll get the bikes out. I got some WD too.
Are they squeaky?
Oh.
My day was going so good until I saw this. I can't believe this. This poor dog has really bad kennel stress. Oh my god, I'm sick to my stomach.
Exactly right. Steel. So, but they don't have enough.
Yeah, they got like these. It's just sort of like Georgia. Hi, little one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The great thing about Japan is no one steals. So you just leave your stuff.
There.
That's to kill the depression of seeing the animals in there like that.
Okay.
It's only 4:30 and I think we're both fading and like feeling like we're gonna go to bed soon. But we got a couple little things at the grocery store. Got the things that we need, but we'll tackle it tomorrow. That'll pretty much be it for today, probably. The only thing is we won't have lights, but that's okay because we're gonna be going to bed soon anyway, so see you tomorrow. Steve figured out a way to bypass. This is just this morning, 6 o'clock. So we can get the lights on. So it's bypassing the batteries using the 110 in the inverter. The inverter? Is that right?
Yeah, we're just using, the charger.
The charger.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get the heat going now. Because these heaters are good, but they have a timer on them. So they shut off after 8 hours. So it turns out, Steve, so these are the same batteries as as the original batteries. So he looked at old pictures and saw that you could actually take those off. What do you think of your birthday so far, Steve?
Having a hell of a great time.
While Steve was doing the batteries, I was cleaning and polishing. There's little rusty bits that get on stuff, so I scrubbed things, put stainless steel polish on all the stainless steel in the bathrooms or in the heads, kitchen. Making the breakfast, the girl jobs, you know. So on the list of things to get done, we did get the batteries put in and worked out kinks along the way. We have the diesel heater running, which took a little bit to figure out just because Steve was like, you always have to remember the systems, like when you're not on a boat for a long time, and this boat is very complicated. It has so many different systems on it that you kind of gotta like refresh your memory. So it's a 12-volt system, not a 24-volt system, so it was not using the new batteries, it was using a separate battery, and that battery wasn't charged enough. So the diesel heater wasn't working at first for a while, but anyway, got those kinks sorted out. And then today is the main chore of figuring out the air getting into the fuel system. This has been an ongoing issue basically the whole time that the boat has been in Japan. It was never a problem before. So was happening is the air is getting into the system and the engine shuts down. And we originally thought that it was the fuel that was contaminated. So like a year and a half ago, or about a year ago, Steve emptied all the tanks, cleaned them all, scrubbed them out, put the fuel back in, polished it all, and it still was happening. There was still air getting in the system. And we did get told that, yeah, it can be fuel. If the fuel is bad, it can clog the filters so much so that the pressure is so much that the air will just get in. But we were like, how could the fuel still be that dirty? Like, Steve took it all out, polished it, scrubbed the tanks out, and it's still a problem. So it's taken him so much to figure out. He's replaced filters over and over and over again, replaced all sorts of different things, and it's still been happening. And then finally he sort of was talking with different companies and different, I don't know if John Deere, who he's been talking to. Anyway, the thought is that he wasn't putting in so this is the issue, is in the fuel water separator containers, that he wasn't putting them in correctly, and the gaskets were kinking. So that's option number one of what it could be. And if that doesn't end up being what is causing air to get into the system, really the only other thing it could be is like a crack in the manifold or something bad, something really bad anyway. So we're really hoping that today we figure out it is just in fact that the gaskets are getting kinked, and that's the problem. This is a determining factor if Steve is going to be able to bring this boat across the Pacific, and the plan is to do that in this year, like 2026, spring, summer of 2026. If there continues to be a problem and it's a crack in the manifold or something, he's going to ship the boat home. But he wants to take it home himself. That's what this plan has been all along, which is why the boat is in Japan and not, why it didn't get shipped home right from the get-go. So it'd be nice if this just worked out this time around.
The gaskets were a bit kinked. But the gaskets, I'm sure, I took the one out and there was a kink in it. So that's where the air is coming in. I replaced all the rings. Put that Vaseline on them.
Oh my gosh, it is cold and stormy out there. Are you gonna put the fuel on now, or the engine on now?
Well, I'm gonna do one more here.
Oh, okay.
Final one.
Final one, and then we'll test it out.
And down the road, this is the fuel polisher. I can do that later.
And then if it goes well, we're gonna go to Costco and celebrate. What if it doesn't go well? What are we gonna do today? Cry?
Well, try to figure out why, but I mean, it means I've seen in all the gaskets, I've seen kinks in the model, so it explains why there's air getting into the engine.
There. Yeah, that's really bad. So this is looking promising. Really promising. But we found out there is a Costco in Hiroshima here, so we're gonna go check it out. We gotta take a taxi. It's such a difference between where we were before versus now. Where we were before was sort of southeast of Hiroshima on a small island called Suo Oshima, and there was just nothing there. It was really, I mean, it was really cheap to dock the boat there. Here it's really expensive, like $1,700 a month Canadian. And where we had it before was like $250 Canadian because it was a private dock. But there was just nothing there. There was a small, tiny little grocery store, and then we had to bike half an hour to the other side of the island to get to a small hardware store. And there was a laundromat thing, and a 7-Eleven, and that was basically it. So being here means that there's a lot more accessibility to help and stores for supplies, which is just always helpful when you're in a foreign country. And before where we were, there was like no garbage. There's nowhere to leave your garbage. We had to pay someone to take all of our garbage, and he'd have to sift through it to pull out things that were actual garbage and things that were recyclable. And if you didn't do it correctly, they would really sort of frown upon you, like you would almost not be welcome there. So we had to pay someone to do it for us so that it was done properly, to keep the peace, basically. So here we've got like a recycling bin, a dumpster. There's like bathrooms and showers and power and water. So it's just so much more comfortable to be here than where we were before. While Steve is working, I went and bought a weight yesterday so I can do my exercises for my tendonitis. Prior to getting the weight, I was just filling up an Nalgene bottle and using it so that I could keep doing these exercises. It's important. I haven't missed a day. Well, maybe I did miss a day during travel, or I think I only did it once in the day. Otherwise, I try to do it anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6 times a day.
The first day we'll do 7 or 8 miles, and the next day we'll do 20, the next day we'll do 10, and then 30 on the way back. You know, if everything works out, then it's going to be okay.
But I was like, before we go out and
Well,
like
we'll
have to
run
find
it.
out, yeah, I was just like, I don't want to find out the hard way that we get into trouble again, because what happened last time was awful. We just about went ashore.
Yeah.
So I was like, is there any way we can not have to do that? Like, so we're gonna run the engine. If we run it for at least half an hour, we should know if it's gonna be sucking in air or not. And if it doesn't, then we should be okay to head out in a couple days. So things are checking out with the fuel so far. We shut it all off. It looks promising. We're gonna go to Costco now. Oh wow. Interesting. Is it like a magnet?
I don't know. The important thing is I'm gonna get a hot dog.
Who doesn't love Costco toilet paper? Okay.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're in the tire shop and they're calling a taxi for us. So we just have to get all of our stuff
Apples. Yeah. That's good.
organized. I got all the liquor in the pack. The bottles of wine, rum, gin. Just the essentials. We're having people over tonight.
Is yours heavy metal?
I'm big and strong. Snowed more, but it's supposed to start to get warmer.
So you gotta get
Okay,
the,
today is plumbing day. Today is the last day before we're gonna take off and do some inland touring around.
so put the hose on here. You go in there, get the end of the hose, put it on here, and put this clamp on it and tighten it, and then push it through the hole. But I don't know if you can get that down there. You gotta turn it, you gotta go way up in that other space. Here's the other thing. And here's the, there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to the other side. It should just pull right out.
Yeah. Ooh, which end goes on which?
What?
Which end goes on the hose?
The shorter one.
The shorter one, okay.
Yeah.
So in May of 2025, Steve brought 2 toilets on the plane with him to Japan to swap them out for the toilets that were put on the boat when the boat was built. Now we signed the contract, or Steve signed the contract in 2019, and at that time you know, for the boat to be built, you pick out everything, all the different systems that you want, and the boat builder had recommended that we put in freshwater toilets because that's what all new boats have, and we're going to have a water maker, so you're going to always be making water and have endless amounts of water to just use at your disposal. Well, that's not really quite the case, and in our case, in the beginning, the water maker was not working, and it was just because there were some seals that were dried. So it works fine now, but the reality is you go through a lot of water on a boat. If you have 2 to 6 people on the boat, like every time you flush the toilet, like that is a lot of water going down, and you're trying to wash dishes and everyone wanting to have a shower. You use a lot of water even if you're trying to conserve. So we just noticed that the toilets were just taking up so much of the fresh water, and you're like spending so much time making that water that it's hard to just see it get flushed down. So Steve was looking into other options, and he found this toilet made by Raritan, which wasn't available in 2019. Otherwise we would have gone with that. But it is a freshwater toilet and a saltwater toilet, so you can switch back and forth between the two. So, I mean, the reason why you don't want to have a saltwater toilet is because there can be a smell from them. So that's kind of why we went with the freshwater, is because on Steve's old sailboat, there is definitely a bit of a smell with salt water, but this way we can use salt water when we're here using the boat and flushing the toilets, and there's like 6 people on the boat and everyone's peeing, going to the bathroom and flush. And then when we leave is when we will switch it over to the freshwater, and so we will flush all the lines and leave fresh water sitting in the toilets and in the lines when we're gone, and that will help eliminate the smell that can happen. So that was a really big job that Steve did in May of 2025. And yeah, just, working out a few little kinks with him, but so far, way better. Way better. So yeah, couldn't recommend these toilets more. Plus, the other toilets, we had constant problems with them. The electrical system was failing on the toilets, like the little switchboard thing, and the joker valves constantly were leaking. So you'd flush the toilet and it would just backfill all the time, and so there was a constant smell, and you're constantly flushing to get the backflow back down the toilet. It was, yeah. They were like good marine toilets, but we just had bad luck with them on this boat. So far these toilets are much better. It's a beautiful day today. It's like the weather is supposed to change and become quite nice. And by the end of the week, I think it's supposed to be like 16 degrees Celsius. So looking forward to that. Our chores are pretty much done for the day. I'm going to do a little bit of laundry, and we're going to take the bikes out and go biking to another couple stores. And then tomorrow we will take off for our little week-long trip of just some inland touring and exploring. So that'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye! What is wrong? At first we thought maybe the whole prop came off. He said he'll be 5 minutes. This always worries me, right?